Boy, oh boy. I haven't even walked very far and I'm already tired. As you could probably guess, I'm climbing up the side of a mountain right now. I should be okay, it's not too insane right now, so I can probably talk to you guys, but it's going to be really windy. Let me move you over here. Hopefully it won't be too windy for us today. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I am so out of breath right now. But I'm just walking along the mountain areas that's near the house. The house is just out of shot there. Shoes are a bit wet, that's right. And I'm looking for widescreen, panoramic type images, because one thing on my shot list for this trip, I do have a shot list of things I want to go through. I'll talk about that maybe in another video or later on in this one, but I wish I had some water with me. Let me take a break for a sec because it's not sunset yet. It's still happening. It's only, I haven't changed my watch, 6 or something. But the ones that I want to kind of concentrate on the idea is 32-bit black and white landscape panoramic images that are in 16:9. It's a mouthful. Basically all it is going to be HDR images but in black and white, and then yeah, in widescreen kind of panos, and I'm shooting them portrait rather than landscape, so you get that really wide tall aspect, and then I'll be cropping them into 16:9. So it'll take a lot of work, but I think that is something really cool and unique that you can do here that I think really suits the whole Scottish landscape. So I want to try that out. I think that it has the potential to be very, very cool in terms of like a series or a body of work. This wind comes everywhere. I hope the audio is okay on this. I'm actually thinking of using my my Rode SmartLav that I have. It's a little lavalier microphone that I can record from my phone. I'm thinking of actually starting to use that in shoots, simply because the audio will be better. But okay, this is weird because this mountain thing here I want in the shot because I think it just looks awesome. Rocky mountains and then this big tree sticking out, but then you have these tall mountains over here kind of thing, and there's a ridge where this bit goes down and then up again, and I was hoping to kind of catch it in here, but clearly it's over here, maybe by that tree. I'm not sure, I need to check. But so I've gone really the long way around from where I could have gone from the house, because I started walking towards the loch down there, up to a mountain ridge over there, but I decided no, I want to see this valley, and also the wind is really throwing down the loch right now. It's a really windy day today, as you can probably tell from the video. So I figured no, let's try and go through this ridge here, because I think the wind will be kind of cut out a little bit. I mean, I'm talking to you right now and I know it's windy down there because it's been windy as hell at the house, but you should be hearing me fine. So hopefully by going to this ridge we're okay. Actually, you hear birds. Birds in that tree over there. Because we're now in May, in that kind of spring, summertime kind of thing, lots of stuff starting to flourish out, lots of greenery starting to come out, everything's not dead anymore like it was a couple of months ago, so that's great. And of course, birds and wildlife and stuff are happening, and deer are roaming around like crazy out here. Where we are up here is crazy, crazy red deer land. There's deer everywhere here. I'm walking to avoid deer droppings all the time. So there you go, there's the sun. So hopefully we'll get a pretty badass sunset. Because the problem is, the sunset always hides behind these mountains here and this one. There's a mountain just behind there. There's a mountain just behind there. And that kind of blocks the rest of the sunset, especially. It doesn't really have that much of a problem right now in terms of light, because even later on in the evening, it's still quite bright, because, you know, it doesn't get dark here until around 9:30, but the actual colors and sunset kind of thing does kind of lose because it hides behind a mountain. But Let me have a quick look here. I'm just going to walk down out of the ridge, or down the ridge. No, I need... Well, I'm just switching my arms up a little bit. So, this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. But obviously not this block of nothingness. Obviously not that block of nothingness, so let's keep walking. See what I can get when I go down this little bit here. Because I'm really trying to look for wide. I want to go really, really wide so I can print these massive, like big prints kind of thing. I actually kind of want to, while I'm up here, I know they're not exactly close, but I love to visit Loxley Colour, the printing company here in the UK. They're based Cumbernauld, which is about 4 hours or so from here, so I'm kind of like driving halfway back kind of thing, but they're kind of, you know, reasonably close-ish. So, oh look, there's a whole wall of deer over here. They're all looking at me because they heard me walking and talking. Now a lot of them are back to eating. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. Tell you what, let me go off the wide shot and I'll go to the zoom in shot and we'll cut to these guys. Hopefully we'll see something. No idea if you guys saw that or not. I guess I'll check that in post. But yeah, they just moved up to the top of the ridge. And they're just hanging out. There you go. You might be able to see them move there. So that's very cute. That dip's quite far down. I am now trying to figure out where to shot from. Also, we are now starting to get into tick season. Awful little bastards, I hate them. Sorry, I'll have to beat that. But we're now coming into tick season, and because it was a very mild winter, they will be out in vengeance. I've heard people are already taking ticks off their dogs up here, so we'll have to try and see. Hopefully I won't get many tick bites. Ooh, that was wet mud. Thankfully, I'm actually, for those curious, I am actually using, I'm not using mountain boots because I've got a whole bunch of them and I find them to be quite heavy. Especially if they get anything on them. So what I'm actually using is trail running shoes. I bought these last year for an event called Total Warrior. Actually, there's a video of it on my YouTube channel here. They're really nice, really thin, quite waterproof, studded as well, so they're really good on ground. I just like the feel of them. They feel like shoe versions of, you know, those toe shoes, those awful looking toe shoes which look very, very creepy. These are like shoe versions of that kind of thing. And I regret wearing my jeans because they're kind of soaked already, but they're meant to go in the wash anyway, so that's not too bad. Let me go down. I am literally, the house is over there and I've like gone all the way around and then I'm coming back down to come. So I'm going the long way around for sure right now, but let's just keep going. This is going to be a long one, I guess. Me just walking and talking. So while I try and find the location, let's talk about the other things I want to try and shoot when I'm here. So the big main kind of thing I want to try and shoot is the 32-bit black and white panoramics in 16:9. That's actually a good chunk of the reason why I bought this one. You know, the big Really Right Stuff tripod here. You may have seen a video of it on my YouTube channel, my unboxing and first impressions. I've already done some modifications to it this afternoon. I've added some plumbing foam so it's easier to carry and it's not super cold if I ever have it on my shoulder or anything, and to pick up. I know a lot of people that have these big tripods, especially the Really Right Stuff ones, they recommend putting this kind of foam thing on as like their own little, I think there's a couple of companies that make these kind of modifications, but I just did it with some plumbing foam. Super easy, really, really cheap. Cost me like £1, and duct tape or gaffer's tape that we already had. So yeah, that was a quick one. Whoa, that was not as steep as I thought it was. Okay, we're getting up to some cool bits here, but I think I need to go down further because look at that. Apologies for the wind, but we have a cool ridge with some mountain stuff. Hopefully, let me go down around here. shots. Yeah, okay. I keep forgetting to actually talk about the other things I want to shoot. So, the big black and white things, I want to do some night star photography stuff because we have no light pollution up here. There's literally no light pollution whatsoever. It's completely dark at night, so I'd love to try and do some of that. I have no idea what stars or Milky Way or Aurora Borealis, whatever you want to call them, things are, so I don't know if they're here or not, but that's one thing I need to research. Hopefully, I'll do it tonight probably. So night photography, I want to do some light painting as well actually. There are a couple of places about 5 miles down the road here that has one or two cool, potentially very cool light painting locations. And I've got the torches, the big, 2 million candle watt torch things. So I want to try doing that. What else is there? I want to do more long exposure stuff because it rains a lot up here because it's Scotland. So you have nice flat light, which is really good, especially when you've had rain, so you have lots of fast running water, so you do get some cool long exposure stuff. And of course, sunset, sunrise pictures as well. There's a couple of glens on either side, which look very cool. Actually, this may be a very nice single picture. Okay, there's a little stream here I need to ford. Oh, that was hard. So, when that sun peeks over, that's going to be very nice. You can probably see it behind me. Stepped in a hole. Right, so let's see if I can find my foreground element. There are a couple of rocks here and there, but I have no idea. The only problem is, I'm already quite far away from that tree. Actually, no, I'll go back up. Because with my wide angle, it will just push the center thing away, and I don't want to push this any further away than it already is, so I'm going to walk up. You guys are heavy. You need to lose some weight, or I need to gain some more bicep muscle, which is probably more of the case than you guys losing weight. Okay. Actually, let me come down here. Okay. I think I may have a shot here. Quite nice looking. Let me put you guys down and I'll get my tripod and stuff sorted for my first shoot with my new Really Rare Stuff tripod. Alright, so I actually moved further down. I was over there originally, but I've actually moved down because I want to include some of these rocks here leading up. It's not the greatest shot in the world, but it's enough to get me started right now, especially with the type of light that we got. I like the actual sun casting back onto the tree, giving it a nice silhouette. Let me go into my menus here, and I'm actually going to shoot brackets, as always, simply because I like to shoot brackets. Let me do, 2 3/4 either way, as usual. Because I normally do 5 shots, it'd be 0, and then 1 1/3, and 2 2/3. So I have them separated out into thirds, my brackets, so I have them pretty spaced out, but let's go F8, ISO 100, and where was I focusing before? Sorry I'm moving you guys around a lot. I need to switch hands a lot because I'm left-handed, so I need to do something some way and then something's the other way, and it just gets a bit awkward. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to change this up a little bit because I kind of prefer the way the sky looks to the ground and my bag's in the way, so I think I won't need 2 hands because of the nice tension here on this ball head. If I just flip in a live view mode, if I just loosen this, okay, that was a bit too much. There's not really much of anything though here. Maybe you know, the thing is, I never ever shoot portrait, but this kind of almost suits portrait mode a little bit. Let me flip that over. Let me rest you guys down. You're probably gonna have trees in the way, so I do apologize. There you go. You get a close enough view. Let me flip this around. No. That's, okay, yeah, that's still gonna work. You get to see how truly clunky I am at everything. Okay, so that, I like these L brackets. I'll show you why. Let me unclip this so it's a bit easier for me to show you guys. Besides being very well made specifically for this, it shows you, let me see if I can double check here. See this little mark here on the L bracket? That is like the center balance for this camera. And then there's a mark here on the actual ball head. So when you line these up, you are perfectly center of balance for that. That's really cool. And they've also got it, you know, when you're in landscape mode as well. So that's there. So nice little additions there. This is the first time I'm playing around with this stuff, you know, for reals in the actual real world. So I'm playing around with it. But let me go in a live view mode again. See if I can do this with you guys here. Loosen this up just a bit. Okay, yeah, so you can actually... That's kind of cooler. I like that a little bit more. I think I'm kind of, yeah, all the way zoomed. Okay, so the tree is dead center, but I'm getting nice lines with the river coming down here on. So that's cool. The only thing I need to move is my bag, and then I'm going to shoot brackets for this. So this may be my first portrait shot in, wow, over a year. Yeah, like a year and a half probably. It's my first real portrait shot I've ever done. Yeah, okay, so let me just go grab my bag. Alright, one thing I'm immediately noticing is just how steady this tripod is. When I'm moving or pushing buttons and stuff like that on my old Rolly tripod, it would usually shake a little bit, and you could tell. And especially when you were trying to focus on the focus ring, it would move about quite a lot. But this is just solid. I love, this is really, really impressive. It just is such a good piece of kit. So I'm gonna try and hit my first 5 brackets. Oh, that guy looks cool. And then we're gonna get more detail. Again, I don't know what happened there. Again, as I've shown before, I normally shoot, if I'm doing brackets especially, I'll shoot each image individually rather than just hold it down. So I can actually review the shots so I can see what my exposures are for all the different 5 shots. Just so you can guess, at least from eye, if you have enough information in the shadows, from, you know, the dark exposure all the way up to the light exposure. I'm just going to do one more. Let me have a quick set here on live view. I want to check something. Okay, so that sky actually looks pretty badass. Fortunately, it doesn't really have any color yet, simply because it's just not dark enough. But that's kind of why I came walking out. I want to make sure I've got enough information in the highlights. Yep, that's kind of cool enough. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'm going to keep moving because I have no idea what the time is right now. But we'll start to get some good color soon, I think. When did I leave the house? Let me play around with my watch because I've got another, I put another watch on. I put a nice big monster G-Shock in case it gets damaged here. In case my other watch would get broken here. That's why I put a big tough watch on. But unfortunately I've left on Shanghai time, so I have no idea actually what the time is, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was. This is attractive. 6:30, I think. 6:30 or 5:30, not sure. It's nearly 5:30, so I'm going to keep walking up the mountain now. I'm going to tear all this down very quickly, change up my watch, and we'll keep walking, and I'll probably keep talking. Okay, so that's me broken my gear down, and I'm now walking back up another hill. I was just down there, so I'm going to just keep walking up here so I can see if I can get more. I want to kind of get higher up in this ridge to see what there is. Because I don't want to keep walking for absolutely nothing. Again, I'm switching you guys over purely so you don't get so much wind noise. So sorry with all the switching and stuff. It's probably going to happen a lot over the next few vlogs while I'm up here, because it can get pretty windy up here. Don't know if you know, but that's wind and rain happen a lot in Scotland. So This stuff is very dry to walk on, so you kind of have to make sure you're stepping on something solid. So that's behind me. In terms of a picture, that's probably not too bad. Oh, sorry, put you in the wind there. Actually, let me just keep going for now, because I do actually want to see what's over here. But there is a good... It's funny, when I was looking back there behind me, it just reminded me of a quote I heard from Jay Maisel. If you don't know who that is, Google that shit, because he's a good photographer. I say good photographer. He's like one of the world's best street photographers ever. And he said, whatever you're looking at in front of you, look behind you. So I guess that it's funny that he's a street photographer and he says that, because I guess it applies to, you know, street photography, you know, what presents in front of you. But I think it's almost just or even more applicable to landscape photographers. We very much have a tendency to look in front of us all the time and to never look behind us to see what's there. So I guess, yeah. It's quite cool because just over there is a big dam, big hydroelectric dam, and it's full right now, so it doesn't actually look, when the water's low, it looks kind of shit actually, but I need water. I forgot to bring water out here. And it's funny, I'm in Scotland where it rains all the time. I'm next to a big massive loch with Scottish rainwater and my house, and I'm still really thirsty and I completely forgot to bring a drink, and there are bottles of water in the fridge, so just me being an idiot. Okay, I'm coming up to what I think is a ridge, but I'm starting to feel like those guys in the Sahara Desert where, oh, it might be the end, but all you get to is a ridge, and then just more hills, more things to walk over. Okay, what else can I talk to you guys about while I'm here? Okay, oh wait, just that presented itself. Steep wall of nothing. So it looks like this area where we have the house in is very popular with hill walkers. So paths have kind of created themselves from people walking along here. Whoa! That was wetter and slippier than I thought. Okay, that's quite wet. Good thing about these shoes is you do get some good grip, especially on rocks, because these are studded. So, wow! Let me move back here. I want to go up here, because this looks like there could be a potential image. Oh, and I could use these rocks as foreground elements. See? You never know what you're going to come across. There you go. Just leveled out a little bit. Whew. Okay. Okay. Sorry, you guys are really low, and this is a very ugly shot. This is rock here, so let me go up here, and that could be my foreground element. Maybe there. Yeah, there, so it cuts off that mountain bit there. yeah. May have found a shot. Now just to chill out for a little bit, catch my breath. That's still not a bad place. Okay, first things first, please excuse the backwards baseball cap. It's so my visor doesn't keep hitting my camera and moving everything because it's really annoying. So played around with that location where you saw in the last clip for about 15 minutes or so, and I just couldn't get something I liked because I'll show you now that I'm going back to it, because I found another place that I actually quite like, and I've tried it in portrait mode, you know, a couple of shots, and it looks good enough for my first try doing this kind of thing, especially while it's still a reasonable hour. But it's all this stuff here. I couldn't figure out a way to get this stuff not in the shot and make the rock look present, you know, and all the rest of it. So I actually moved to over there where that tree is over there. You probably can't see it because of the wide angle, but you'll see it in a minute, and I'm happy with the way that looks to try and do my first 32-bit pano kind of thing. I want to try that out now, especially the actual shooting thing, because what I'm going to do is on this ball head there's this little dial here which helps you do your rotation. So what I want to do is use that just to rotate, rather than rotate the actual head itself. I want to keep the head the exact same, keep this the same, and actually just rotate the entire ball head rather. So let me pack up all my gear, back there, and let's try it. Okay, so I've saved you the bother of watching me struggle to try and get my camera and everything up on here, but I've got it all set up, my 5 brackets, the actual shots, I've tightened it all up, so as you can see, here it is here. So all I'll do is, I'll take my 5 shots, I'll rotate it, I'll take 5 shots, I'll rotate it, take 5 shots, rotate it, take 5 shots, and I'm probably going to try, let me see if I can actually show you guys what's going to be included here. It'll be kind of from this point to about there, but it's going to be like that. So this is going to look really weird for you guys on video format in YouTube, but this is for me, so okay. So that looks pretty cool. Sorry about the shift there, but let me just move this back here, get it into live view mode, because what I'm using, I normally wouldn't have live view mode on, live mode on, but what I'm using it for is so I can actually see what's in my shot, and then make sure 20% of the previous frame is in my next shot, because that's basically a good rule of thumb for stitching panoramics in Photoshop is whenever you do one shot, and then the next shot you do, make sure you have 20% of the previous shot, the 20% of the previous frame, rather I should say, in the next frame. So that way Photoshop can basically latch onto other pieces of information from either side of the image and stitch it all together properly. And because this is wide angle shooting, portrait rather than landscape, it's only going to be bending the bottom and the sky, so that's going to be consistent all the way along, rather than if you do it landscape mode where all this stuff would be kind of pulling to the left and to the right, left to the right, left to the right, and you get all sorts of weird skewy stuff. And this way I also get more information in my panos. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to squat down so I can see my screen, and stop going off live view mode, you stupid camera. Okay, yep, so my sky is kind of like my top third. So let's do my first 5. Actually, let me get this off live view mode for a sec. 3200, okay. Now if I go into live view mode, what does it say? 160, 200. Okay, let's try these out. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but... Okay, that seems to have worked. So now I rotate it to include some of that land there. Three, 4, and 5. I think that's my 5th one. Yep. So now Rotate this again. Just sorry, I forgot about you guys for a sec because I'm actually thinking this is actually kind of squint. It's not super level. Let me have a quick check here on my info. Yeah, my camera is not level. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let me put you guys down and I'll readjust it and I'll do the shoot and then I'll catch up with you guys. Okay, so I actually figured out what that problem was. It wasn't necessarily the ball head, although the ball head was part of it, I think. I haven't got to that yet, but the tripod itself, it's got this little spirit level here. I know you're looking at it probably upside down, so there's a little ball spirit level thing here, and that wasn't centered, which meant the actual center of gravity on the tripod wasn't centered. Go figure. So I fixed that, so now hopefully when I'm rotating the camera on this center axis here, it will actually be totally stable. This will be a constant angled kind of, this plate here will be a constant angled up because it is actually slightly up if you look at it. But that will be a constant. All it'll just be rotating on the center axis, which is in the middle now. So hopefully I fixed that. So let's try it, I guess. Tell you what, I'll keep you guys with me so you can see me awkwardly screw this up again. Plate is open. I've already noticed a couple of things that I would have liked to have actually had, which I had with my previous tripod. So go figure, there's actually something this tripod doesn't have, which my old one had. That is spikes in the feet. I seem to remember reading somewhere that you actually had to buy the spikes separately, but for some reason I thought you got them with them. I thought maybe some just didn't come with it, but I guess their tripods just don't come with spiked feet, which is a bit of a problem here because you actually kind of need spikes to dig into the ground. Whereas these rounded feet kind of thing are just kind of squishing into the ground. Sorry, I keep checking in case there's deer around. They don't generally attack humans, especially right now because they're still growing antlers. So you should be okay. I just want to make... Oh, sorry. I mistook a rock for a deer then. So let me try shooting these again and I'll get back to you. But hopefully, I think we are good to go now in terms of rotating on the correct center axis. Alright, so I figured it out. I actually also had to make sure my camera was level as well. So I've done the shot. Unfortunately, the brackets that I'm doing, I actually don't need 5 exposures. I need, you know, the regular exposure and then the one behind it and then the one in front of it. That's all I really need. I don't need 5. 5 is just way too dark for the light that we've got here, and 1 is just not all that necessary, especially for right now, for the brightness. But I'm starting to get stale with this bit as well. I'm not sure if it's, you know, just the amount of locations, the possible locations here are totally endless, that it's just overwhelming me, or I'm just completely stupid and I can't see them, because I just love looking and then going, wow, this looks amazeballs, but I can't really find a single picture frame kind of thing, so I'm not sure what the hell to do. There's a spot over there which will overlook the lock, which I'm quite interested in going to. And the wind has kind of died down, I can tell just by looking. It's a little windier, I guess, over there because I can see trees blowing that are more exposed. But I'm still not sure. I mean, I just love looking at this place, but I can't, for the life of me, find a good picture. So I think, I don't know, should I go up over there? I'm going to try and climb up. I've been shooting, you know, this bit here. And it's over there, I think, might be possible. But I'm going to go over here. I'm going to climb up this bit, go up there and see what I see. Because this is really, I mean, I'm here for a couple of weeks for the pure reason of finding out what's here. To see what locations are like here. Because I really don't know for the most part. Even though I've been coming to this place for like 2 years now. I still don't know much past, you know, the house and, you know, what's close to road access. kind of thing. So mountainy stuff, I really don't know nothing about. That's why I'm doing all this walking around and trying to find it. So let's again drop all my gear down into a bag and let's go for some more walking. Okay, so I've got up onto this big ridge with ankle high heather, which always makes me a little nervous. I'm not entirely sure why. It's just, creepy crawly things can get me. But more importantly than anything, I managed to look at the time. I forgot I had my phone in my pocket, and I looked at that time, and it's 8:10, which means it will start getting properly dark fairly soon. In the next 30 minutes or so, it will start getting quite dark. Well, it won't get quite dark. It'll be 9 o'clock, and because I was just looking and I was thinking, oh well, the sun never really touches those top of the mountains until quite late in the sunset. And I just noticed there's that big boulder there. Don't know if I can see. There you go. There you go. I can see my finger. There's a boulder there, which might be a cool foreground element. I might go check out there tomorrow, but I'm going to try and go over to that bit there, this bit here. Sorry about the wind. I can't stop wind in Scotland. I'm going to try and go to that, and then I'll turn you on again. That sounded weird. Okay, so as you can probably tell by me putting my hat back the normal way it was rather than a 90s pop star, you'll guess that that flat spot that's just up there didn't have much on it. The view wasn't any good. Well, I say it wasn't good, I mean, I'm surrounded by, you know, this amazing place right now, but it's already 8:30. I'm getting a little tired right now, if I'm honest. So, it's gonna get pretty dark fairly soon. I think, actually this is a pretty clear run. I may go up to where that tree is over there, just to have a look. I don't plan on taking any pictures. I just want to have a look to see what there is. And then I'm going to head home, because this time I am actually going to try and do some sunrise stuff. I know in the previous vlog I said I was going to do sunrise stuff today, but honestly I needed a sleep. I slept in like a mofo. I didn't get out of bed until 10 o'clock. I got up at 6 to feed the dog and went straight back to sleep. So I'm going to try and do sunrise tomorrow, try and catch a bunch of rest, but actually, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to go home. I'm really tired, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten in an hour, so I hope you've enjoyed me wandering around trying to find a picture, but I guess this is day 1, so I've got plenty of days to go. So I guess this is it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.